Okay, 7.2, ratios, rates, and unit rates. A rate is a comparison of two quantities that have a different unit. For example, 160 miles in 3 hours. That's a rate. A unit rate is a rate where the second quantity is 1, like 28 miles in 1 gallon. Unit price is a unit rate which has cost on top. It's the cost per item. So we're going to take some things, write down some rates, get ourselves some unit rates, and basically this is going to be playing with fractions. So first example, a widescreen television has a width of 32 inches and a height of 18 inches. What is the aspect ratio of the screen? An aspect ratio is width to height, which means width goes on top and height goes on the bottom. So width goes on top, that's 32 inches. Height goes on bottom, that's 18 inches. This simplifies, and you must always simplify. Like last lesson where we gave goofy fractions like, 6/8 as a possible answer, that was then. You could do that in section 1. Now you can't, you need to simplify. So, both of these divide by 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So the aspect ratio is 16 to 9. You can write it as a fraction and leave it this way, that's fine. You can also write it as a ratio with a colon, like it was given width to height. You can write 16 to 9 this way as well. In 2000, which is a leap year, wildfires burned 640,000 acres of Nevada, 750,000 acres of Alaska, 950,000 acres of Montana, and 1.4 million acres of Idaho. Find how many acres of each state were burned daily, round to the nearest acre. Okay, so we're going to be doing 4 here. So we'll do Nevada, Alaska, Montana, and Idaho. I'm 99% certain those are the correct postal abbreviations for those states. So Nevada got 640,000 acres burned in the year. We're interested in how many got burned each day as an average. So we're going to take the acres and divide by the number of days in the year. It was a leap year, so there will have been 366 days in that year. Now, you are absolutely permitted the use of a calculator in this chapter, because these are some nasty divisions to deal with without them. So 640,000 divided by 366 is a number. We're told to round it to the nearest acre, which is the nearest whole number. So I've got 1748.6. That first place after the decimal, being a 6, tells me to take the number before the decimal, the 8, and move it up. So we're going to say it's 1,749 acres a day. I kind of have to squeeze that in there, but it's acres per day. And that's all we're doing here. We're taking the amount burned and dividing by 366 because it was a leap year. So 750,000 acres of Alaska burned divided by 366. We get 2049.1. The 0.1 says keep the 9. So it's 2,049 acres per day. Montana was 950,000 acres divided by 366. So 950,000 divided by 366. I get 2595.6 because the first decimal place is 6, which is above 5. I'm going to round up. So I'm going to call this 2,596 acres per day. And Idaho Pardon me. Idaho had 1,400,000 acres burned. So we'll take 1,400,000 divided by 366. And we get 3,825.1. Because the first decimal is a 1, I'm going to leave it as 3825. So we get 3,825 acres per day. Those are unit rates. What we just did here was 4 unit rates. All you do to get a unit rate is divide. Take your fraction and divide. Blank DVDs can be purchased in a 10-pack for $3.59, a 50-pack for $13.36, or a 100-pack for $24.98. Which is the better buy? So, anytime we have to do money goes on top. So we've got $3.59 for a 10-pack, $13.36 for a 50-pack, and $24.98 for a 100-pack. We're asked which is the better buy. To figure that out, I need to know the unit price, which means I need to do these 3 pieces of division. $3.59 divided by 10 is 0.359. $13.36 divided by 50 is 0.2672. And $24.98 divided by 100 is 0.2498. I'm just doing the division. Which is the better buy? Whichever one is smallest. That's the guy on the end here, so the 100-pack is best. And the last example is of the same kind of a problem. Orange juice can be bought in a 64-ounce carton for $2.49 or a 96-ounce carton for $3.99. Which is better? Anytime money is involved, money goes on top. So we've got $2.49 for 64 ounces. We have $3.99 for 96 ounces. Allow us to divide. $2.49 divided by 64 is 0.0389. It does go further, but I'm going to say 4 decimals should be enough to tell the difference. $3.99 divided by 96 is 0.0415. Again, 4 decimal places should be enough. I'm not even rounding these, I'm just writing down the first 4. Which one is better? Well, which one's smaller? Here it's actually the smaller container. The 64-ounce carton is only 3.8 cents per fluid ounce. The 96-ounce carton is 4.1 cents per fluid ounce. So the 64-ounce is better.